who the hell are you? Do I sound like Curtis Don when I say that? Yeah, we play anything we want. Yeah. Well, speaking of curtis-don-vito of the band Snew, yes. We want to ask, who the hell are you, Curtis Don, to call the classic metal show?
Neeley. Do I really sound like that?
Yeah, you do. You do that. It's like, yeah, that was some AC/DC.
So, hey, listen, before we go any further, I want to thank you. I guess you guys, played clips of my show last week.
Yes.
And they're, spent, 45 minutes. I mean, who does that? They play somebody else's show on their show and fills their entire show with somebody else's show. You guys are, my biggest supporters in the world, and I just got to thank the hell out of you.
Well,
who the hell are you? You're the Classic Metal Show. That's who the hell you are, and you're fucking awesome.
Right. Well, I don't know if you actually listened to that segment or not, but I don't think you would be kissing our asses if you actually heard what we said.
No, see, we've been rehearsing like crazy, getting ready for the tour we got coming up. So I wasn't able to catch it that night, but I got some people told me about it, and they said that you guys were playing our show the whole night, and it was like, really? And they said at one point, I guess Chris said, "This is great. I'm going to tune in every week." I'm like, "Oh my God, these guys are awesome."
Well, I think I did say that actually.
Yeah. So I know you've been supporting the band for a long time. Now you're supporting my radio show, which I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse because, dude, I did not plan on doing this thing on a regular basis at all. I kind of got roped into it in the first place.
How did you
I'm
get?
not a professional DJ or your radio personality. It's just like, what? You want me to do what? I did 2 shows, and that's all I was going to do. And they said, "Oh, people really like your show. You got to keep doing it." I was like, what? And I'm sitting in front of a microphone all by myself going, I got to fill up time now. I've never done this before.
Yeah, we can tell.
So I got a hold of my friend Denise, and I said, because, when I talk to her on the phone, she just cracks me up sometimes. I said, "You got to do the show with me." So I roped her in just so it would make it a little bit easier on me rather than just, sitting in front of a microphone all by myself going, "Oh, what am I going to say now?"
Well, Don, we actually kind of made comment about that because both Chris and I have hosted shows solo, and both of us agree it's tough. It's really tough to come up with something.
I've got a whole new appreciation for what you guys do.
But
trust me, after 20 shows, I'm like, this is not easy. I can stand on stage in front of a crowd and talk to people and make music, or I could be on an interview with you guys and we're talking back and forth. But when I'm by myself, it's like, DJs actually, they're okay in my book.
Yeah, well, it's very difficult, and both Chris and I know what it's like to host a show solo, but with, us together on the mic, it's so much easier and it goes so quick, and you need to find a good co-host. That's all it boils down to.
Yeah, exactly. So, I roped Denise into it, and that really helped me out. But it's still not like what you guys do, where you're in a studio and you're sitting there in front of 2 microphones. I don't have a studio. I've got a computer. And so I called Denise on the phone, and I record it, and I plug that into the show.
I said a good co-host there, Curtis.
Excuse me?
Are you
talking shit about Denise?
I am. I will
not stand for that.
Okay, sit down. Sit down,
Denise,
then. It'll be...
Denise will kick your ass. You do not know her. Wait till we roll through Chicago, you guys. You got it coming to you.
You're bringing her with you?
Denise, well, Denise is actually our agent.
Okay.
And I roped her into doing this whole thing. She said, "No, I don't want to do it. Please, look, just talk to me on the phone. I'll record it. Don't even think about it." And then I just, edit out bits and pieces. She's like, "Why'd you put that on?" And she gets all pissed off.
Yeah, you might want to let go of that rope, Curtis, really.
Oh, come on, you guys. Don't make me have to go back to doing it by myself. That is not fun.
So, dude, let me ask you honestly, though, dude. What made you decide, or what was the thought behind doing the show? I mean, is it just another way to promote Snew, or is it just something that you kind of always wanted to do, or what?
No, none of that. Actually, I got roped into it. There was another radio station who said, "Why don't you do a guest DJ spot?" And he was like hounding me for months. And I was like, "All right, whatever. You should just go on for an hour and play a bunch of songs you like or whatever." I said, "Well, you could promote Snew." All right. So I did one show, and then I guess the station manager was like, "People really liked it, and you got to do another one." I was like, "All right, I'll do maybe 3, but that's it." And then after that, other stations wanted to carry it, and then people are listening and go, "Oh, your show is great. You got to keep doing it." And it's like, "Oh, really?" and now I've got like half a dozen stations carrying the show, and this is nothing I planned to do in the first place. But people keep telling me, "You got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it." So I've been doing it. Although we got this tour coming up, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing it.
Right. But, so what's up with the tour, man? Obviously, with a tour coming up, that says that the record did okay. You know, did as well or better than you expected when you put it out.
Yeah, totally. It's like, I mean, this third album is definitely gone above and beyond all expectations, and so we got this tour coming up starting February 13th in Vegas, and then we're going to Arizona and Texas, and then we're going to have a little break, and then we're going to come back out, and all through the rest of the year we're going to be heading across the country, and we'll be rolling through Chicago at some point.
Cool. Well, doing it the way you guys do, man, and you're such a do-it-yourself kind. Snew as a band is. How do you get into the touring cycle, more or less? Because I mean, you know as well as I do that it's a business that's all run by agents, and agents are booking shows to fill spots and whatnot. And when you're not backed by somebody with some money, when you're doing it by yourself, it's definitely harder to get into that circuit to where you can get, a decent tour routing to where you're not playing this show tonight and then 600 miles away tomorrow night and then back 480 miles the next night. I mean, how do you as a do-it-yourself guy work yourself into a decent situation to where you can tour and make some money and promote the band?
That's a hell of a good question. I really don't know.
Should we ask Denise?
It's things are falling into place, and I don't even know how or why. But the clubs, different promoters are receptive. They know who we are now, and we're making a go of it. I mean, we'll see when we get out there. What the landscape is like, in 2013, but it's looking pretty good. I mean, I guess I'll let you know after we've done, a few of these dates, if it's going as well as we hope.
Sure.
But we're getting the dates. People want us. We just got a festival that we landed coming up in May, and there's a lot of other things that look like they're going to be coming our way. And I guess, we've got 3 albums out now. We've been paying our dues to a point where I guess some people, are willing to take a chance.
Right. Well,
I mean, we got fans all over the place who've been hounding us forever. When are you coming to our city? And we're like, as soon as we can, but it's not easy. Mm-hmm. But it's getting easier for us.
Well, Curtis, the first time we had you on the Classic Metal Show was the release of your debut CD, and I remember distinctively then asking you a lot of these same questions about, where do you get your tour budget? Where do you get your recording budget? And you were being kind of silly and glib saying, well, we steal studio time. That's why we record at night. And, are you giving me all kinds of goofy answers like that? But, obviously...
Well, yeah, I mean, you want me to tell you all our business? I mean, that's boring.
No, well, that wasn't.
You don't really want to know that. People don't want to know that.
Well, the thing is that it's kind of, there's a lot of people out there, bands, artists, whatever, that don't have a budget and an ability to record and put out a quality disc. And both Chris and I will agree that the that the Snew releases have all been top notch. I mean, I've enjoyed every one of them, and I'm glad to see that you've stuck with it long enough to where now you're able to get out there and start touring around, and hopefully it'll be somewhat profitable for you. And
that's what we're hoping.
Yeah,
I mean, we've yet to do like a serious, extensive tour, and this is what we're putting together this year, and it's looking like we're going to be able to pull it off. Now, at the end of that road, we'll see where we stand, if it ends up being profitable and there's the turnout is there. We won't know until we actually get there. But I think last year when we played Rocklahoma, that really put us on the map because things have stepped up for us ever since then.
Well, according to Jeff Tate last year, Rocklahoma sucked.
Yeah, well, for him it did. And for everybody watching him, it did. God, the guy had a fucking meltdown on stage.
Were you there when he did that, or
I was there. I stood there and witnessed it, and went, "No, he's not actually telling the crowd they suck."
Right.
Oh my God, he is telling the crowd they suck. And you know what happened immediately after that? The stage next to it, Hell Yeah, was playing.
Okay.
Everybody moved over to the other stage.
Sure.
In the middle of Queensryche's set, and started chanting, "Hell yeah, hell yeah."
Right.
It was just like a big fuck you to Queensryche.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow. Well, what I want to know a little bit about is your Pull My Stinger video.
Yeah.
That
we talked about that.
Well, we didn't really get into it that much, but where did you film that in the apiary? Look at me, I know the bee terminology.
Ooh, it's an apiary.
I know because my dad keeps bees, but where did you?
I didn't even know that.
Where did you film that? Where was
that? Was a bee apiary, I guess, to use the terminology. It's out here in not too far from where we are.
Sure.
We had this idea, and I thought, if I can get a bee farm to agree to it, we're going to do it. And I called up this guy, and he said, "Sure, come on out."
Was there any casualties while filming that, such as someone getting a bee in their bonnet?
Yeah, me, the only one out of everybody who was there.
Nice.
In fact, you could see it in the video. At one point, I'm singing, right, and I'm walking through like all the beehives, and the protective helmet thing flies off my head, which was not planned. And I was like, I'm in the middle of this. I just got to go for it. Whatever happens, happens. And yeah, a bee got stuck in my hair and stung me right on the top of my head.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, who's the girl?
And I'm like fighting it off, like in the middle, just like going for it. And I'm still singing, but it's like this pain is radiating down from the top of my head, down through my body, and I'm just like, fuck. And as soon as the take was over, I'm like, fuck, I got stung.
Now, who was the girl in the video playing the guitar and dumping the honey on herself? Is this somebody that you know, or was she just hired to do the thing, or what?
She's somebody, we didn't know her beforehand. Trust me, we tried to find a girl for months. And as soon as we said, "You're going to be dumping honey all over you," they were just like, well, no, I don't think so. So we finally found this girl, for a club owner out here, knew her, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And she was just, very matter of fact, "Sure, whatever you guys want."
She seemed like a very
and
cool,
like, "Here's
cool
the
girl.
honey." And she's like, "Okay." And she just starts dumping. I mean, you see in the video, she's like, no expression, like, I've got honey dripping all over. She's just like, whatever. And she was amazing.
Did you try dumping some man honey on her?
Oh, believe me, everybody was standing around just like with their tongues hanging out. You should have seen these guys. I'm there like trying to direct the video, but everybody else is like gathered around just going,
Now, Curtis, when you do a video like that, obviously you release it to YouTube, and YouTube is kind of the new MTV. What kind of response do you get from that? Do you get a lot of new people that discover the band from YouTube, or is it just kind of an extra outlet where people can hear the song? Or what is the importance of a video to a band like yourself in today's world?
Well, YouTube certainly, if you're not on YouTube, you may as well not exist.
Right.
You know, no matter how many people find you, you have to exist because it's not only for the fans, but it helps you to get gigs and so forth. Plus, you know, it's been played on television as well, so you got to make sure it's broadcast quality. When the album was released in Japan, it's been running on Japanese TV, so that was great. I really don't know exactly how well it's doing over there because the communication is just like, unless you speak Japanese, you don't know what these guys are up to.
Sure.
But I think it's doing okay. Occasionally we get messages in Japanese from fans, and I don't know what the hell they're saying, but I'm assuming it's good.
Right. Sure. Have you submitted the video to like Heavy Metal Television, which is the new online, 24/7 heavy metal video channel?
That's right. Yeah. We did. I don't exactly know what's going on with that though. I gotta get back in touch with those guys. But a manager friend of mine who knows them pretty well, he submitted it to them, and supposedly they're playing it, but I don't actually know.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to watch to find it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, once in a while I'll tune in. You just got to sit through video after video because you don't know what's coming next.
Right, exactly. Well, Curtis, with the tour getting ready to come up, for it sounds like the better part of 2013. Does that mean that right now you're not working on new material, that you're just working the new record, or do you guys always write as you go?
Yeah, we don't really put pressure on ourselves to like, okay, now we're going to sit down and write the album. Whenever the inspiration hits us, we work on the next tune. Right now, we're spending a lot of time putting together a different set. We're also breaking in a new bass player, and so we're spending a lot of time just doing that, getting ready for the road.
Sure.
But after we come back, we're going to have a little bit of break, and we're going to spend more time on new material.
Well, what's this festival you're playing in May?
We just got that. It's the Big Ass Rock Festival.
That's the name of it? Big Ass
in
Rock?
Missouri. Yeah, it's called the Big Ass Rock Festival.
Wow.
The guy from Retrospect Records is putting that
on. Okay. Well, I think I know that guy.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. And so he wanted us to do that, and we're like, hell yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
Is there any festivals or things out there in Chicago I should know about?
Well, not in Chicago, but of course the big one on the East Coast this year, anything of note in that genre would be the M3 Festival in Baltimore.
Oh, well, yeah.
So
I would love to be on that.
Sure you would. Everybody would. We would like to be on it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys could MC.
That's exactly right. Fuck Eddie Trunk, right?
MC the M3.
Right, exactly. All right, Mr. Curtis Don.
Yeah, Don Vito. What is this Curtis Don stuff?
Because it kind of makes you seem like a real hipster, Curtis Don.
Oh, I'm a hipster?
Yeah.
Is that how you see me?
Yeah, you're a hipster.
I'm a hipster.
Somehow that's not how I see you.
Well, I know who the hipster is, Chris, right? You're a free man now?
Yeah,
I hear that right?
You're
freshly divorced and unattached.
That doesn't make me a hipster. That makes me looking to get between a girl's hips, but that's about it.
Yeah, there is a difference. You're looking for some hip shaking. Yeah, well, good luck with that, pal. Girls beware.
It's working so far.
All right, man.
This sounds dangerous. But every time I get on the air with you guys, it's dangerous.
Well, where can people find out about Snew and you personally and your currently your quote unquote radio show and the tour and all that stuff?
Well, you go to snewu.com, and that's where you get all the Snew information. And then you look us up on Facebook. It's pretty easy. Just type in Snew or curtis-don-vito. Don't leave out. It's not Curtis Don. It's not Curtis Don Hipster.
It's Curtis Don the Hipster.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a new nickname. Thanks a lot.
Hey, we're trying to build your image for our audience here.
Oh, all that's helping or not, but no such thing as bad press, I guess.
I guess not.
Definitely not.
All right, well, go check out the Snew, the band. They have a latest release out called "What's It to Ya." A lot of attitude there. What's it to ya?
What's it to ya? We do what we want. Snew you.
Right. Well, it beats Hail and Kill, Fuck You, Pal, and Hand Job. So.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think that's going to be the title of the next album.
That would be the best.
That would be the best.
Yeah.
Well, you need to write a song about the classic metal show on the next Snew record.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Of course. Sure, I do. Classic metal show shake.
Right. There you go.
The classic hipster show.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
There you go. All right, man. Well, how about if we let you pick a song off the latest Snew release? What's it to you? I've already played. Let me see here. Release the Beast, and I've played. Let's see. I played, of course, my Stinger. So pick another song.
All right. The title of our current tour is Tearing Up Your City, the Tearing Up Your City 2013 tour. So play that song.
Hey, you know what? As many times as I've had you here on the show, I've never actually gotten a radio ID from you.
And you never will.
Well, I got to have something to play before the song.
Yeah?
So why don't you give me one now?
All right. You're about to hear some stuff from what the guy's name is, what, Neeley Hipster Shake whatever the fuck, and there you go.
That's it?
Did that work for you?
No.
All right. This is curtis-don-vito, and you're listening to the classic hipster metal show. Crank it up, and don't give me any shit.